Can you even reach
Alrighty,
me?
here we
I'll
go.
make a meal
Conqueror
before me.
Lilias finally coming at us. She is a light warrior and she does look very, very nice. Her animation is actually top notch, if not one of the best animations in the game, which is, I mean, it reminds me a lot of her regular RGB animation, right? It's kind of epic. The same thing, the same thing with Conqueror Lilias animation. Let's take a look and see if we can see her skill kit and her stats here real quick. So something very surprising about Conqueror Lilias. Right away, she's a warrior, light warrior, 121 base speed, so she's pretty fast for a warrior, right? I was really hoping that she would be a knight just so we could play her tanky, and looking at her skill set, it's kind of weird that they didn't make her a knight because she has two non-attack skills and then only her S1 attack. So I guess it's fairly similar to her RGB form, right? Except the RGB form, so Fire Lilias or Red Lilias, actually attacks everybody. It's an AoE attack with the S3. This one is still an AoE S3, I guess you could say, but it's a non-attack skill. So we'll talk about that here in a bit. She has pretty decent health, some decent defense, no crit chance to 15% crit chance, and she has some built-in effectiveness, 18% effectiveness, which isn't too bad. You are going to want to build her, I would say, pretty high effectiveness. I mean, you're going to want her fast, tanky, and with decent effectiveness. I mean, 121 base speed is actually pretty nice, but I think there are going to be a couple of different ways to build her. We'll take a look at that here in a bit. So for honor, this is her S3. It's on a 6-turn cooldown, -1 turn, so 5-turn cooldown. Encourages the Pearland army, granting vigor to all allies for 2 turns. Decreases buff duration of all enemies by 1 turn and has a 75% chance to decrease attack for 2 turns. So up to 100% chance to decrease attack for 2 turns when you Mola. Grants an extra turn to the caster. So you go with the S3 and then you jump into either your S2 or your S1. So let's see if they show us an example of what they do here with her. They might not. Okay, there we go. So S3, decrease attack for 2 turns. So there you go. So immunity, who needs immunity anymore? So if you're still farming for immunity, you need to stop. You need to stop it right now and start farming for death pen sets. I kid. But yeah, immunity is in a bad spot right now. Incoming ML Lilias, Conqueror Lilias, now she just pretty much strips the immunity, right? It feels bad, but take a look. She AoE'd. Attack break is pretty strong, right? It's pretty strong. She's actually going to be able to go into the S2 right away, or S1. And then the vigor buff, it's an AoE vigor buff. And so if we didn't talk about that here, let's go back to the vigor. So the vigor increases attack and defense by 30%. That's kind of big, right? If you have other tanky units on your team, someone that has an Aureus or someone that has, some type of damage mitigation, it's going to be a bad time for the opposing player, right? So she goes with the S3, she gets another turn, and then you can jump into potentially the S2. So S2 cover, it's a 4-turn cooldown, I guess 3 turns when you Mola, distracts the enemy, decreasing combat readiness by 25%. So it's a CR pushback, 25%, up to a 70% chance to inflict redirected provoke for 1 turn. So that's 75, 80, 85, 90, 100% chance when you max Mola. So just kind of keep that in mind. Grant a barrier to the caster and the ally, except for the caster with the highest max health for 2 turns. So one of your teammates is going to get a barrier as well as you. Barrier strength increases proportional to the ally's max health. So redirected provoke, it's going to target the ally with the highest max health. The soul burn inflicts redirected provoke for 2 turns. So you could potentially soul burn this for 10 souls. That's actually pretty cheap. So let's see if they show us an example of this here. So this one is actually pretty strong, right? You strip with the S3 if they have immunity, and then you provoke with the S2. So that's something that, again, kind of a decent counter. I guess I would have gone on the AOL because, you know, I don't know how to play. But they're going on the Crimson Armand to stop the immunity and the invincibility, right? So now AOL can go, but ML Kawazu is actually faster. So he's just going to blow up that that AOL. That's actually pretty interesting because they give him the vigor buff. And if you don't know anything about Infernal Kawazu, when he gets AoE'd, he gets vigor buff. And with vigor buff, he's actually able to ignore effect res. So he's actually going to be able to just either S1 or S3 right out the bat and take out that AOL, which is actually pretty disgusting. S1 attacks the enemy with a sword, triggering a dual attack from a random ally. So this one isn't that big. Regular Lilias, Fire Lilias has this on her S1. It's a random dual attack from any ally. So this one is RNG, but I mean, you might be able to get someone that actually deals damage. So, you know, she looks actually pretty strong, right? AoE, strip, and then you got the provoke on the S2. She's giving damage mitigation with the barrier, dual attacks from the S1. She is coming on December 23rd. So I don't know. I think that she does look pretty strong. And I will be trying to pull for her come December 23rd or 24th. You know, hopefully we get a great Christmas present for those of you that celebrate Christmas, or holiday present with ML Lilias. Like you as well, if you're going to end up pulling for her, let me know in the comment section below, you know, how strong, how broken do you think that she is? So now that we will be having ML Lilias in the game, I can't wait till we have ML Vivian. I think that's who we're missing here, right? We got ML Koeric. So we got two spots open here. So we got ML Koeric, you put them right here, and then you got ML Vivian incoming, right? But we're talking about Conqueror Lilias. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.